That's simply lemonade right there. This shit is bomb. I love this. I like lemonade. I know some of y'all probably like, damn, what else he got in that glass? It ain't no vodka. It ain't no vodka, I can tell you that. It's just some simply lemonade. Somebody gonna message me. What? Why you always wear that B hat? I was like, don't do me. Why I always wear that B hat? Like I'm wearing the same hat. It's the same style hat, but this is not the same hat. Yo, I always keep a fresh B. And that new blue B on Who But Me. Shoot. Anyway, number one, I'm a Red Sox fan. Number two, I'm from Boston. And to be more exact, I'm from Roxbury. So, I'm always going to rep the set. So, it is what it is, but that's why I always wear that B. I love it. It's my favorite hat. In this particular style, I have at least 11, maybe 12, and I got a whole bunch of other different colors, but it's my favorite hat. Especially if I ain't had a fresh cut, you don't get the wavy spinning and all that. But anyway, cue the intro. Okay, so I'm back. Rottweiler Vlogs, episode 117. It's your boy Mizzo, and Mack ain't here. Interesting past few days. Shout out to everybody who went to Tennessee for the Rottweiler show that was going on up there. I was planning on trying to make that show, but I was trying to move things around in my schedule so I was going to be able to make it, but unfortunately I was not. That Saturday morning when the first day of the show began, I had to take one of my females to get a progesterone test, and I didn't have an appointment, so I had to like squeeze my way in. You know, they close at 12 p.m. These vets on weekends, and luckily Dr. Ava Adams out in Alpharetta, she was able to get me in, get a progesterone test on my female. And when I got back home, my other female is in heat. So my whole weekend kind of got thrown off of what I was trying to do, which I was already trying to move things around to be able to make that show in Tennessee, and having to go get that progesterone test because she is going through a different type of heat cycle. You know, like today she's on day 26, and it's just a very strange heat cycle, a long heat cycle. But I think that progesterone test that I did on Saturday was maybe like my fourth one, and I did a fifth one yesterday actually. So I've been kind of dealing with that, but she will be bred. I'll get her bred. I'm talking about my female Micha. So she's gonna be bred. I'm just working on it. I don't want to put out too much details, but I'm working on getting her bred. Anyway, this video is going to be about updates because there's a lot of things that I've been working on. The Akbarforce Documentary. I've been working on building a new website with a lot of the material that I've been posting here on YouTube and Facebook. That way you guys kind of have a one-stop shop where you can see photos and video. So I've been kind of working on that. But to talk a little bit about the Akbarforce Documentary, because I think that a lot of you like, damn, like it was supposed to come out October 4th. What's going on? It's almost the end of the month. It's almost Halloween. We ain't seen no documentary yet. So very quickly, excuse me, this is my phone. Yo, what up? Yo, I can't call it. I'm sitting here doing a video, and now you're gonna be on the video. I'm gonna put you on speakerphone. You on Rottweiler Vlogs, episode 117.
What's up, Rottweiler Vlogs 117?
Yo, it's my boy Tim Rucker, OTR Kennels, calling me in the middle of the video.
What you talking about today?
The Akbarforce Documentary, giving updates on breedings and stuff like that. So, but you're gonna see it. You're gonna be on it.
Shout out to Akbarforce. Come on, man, Kyle, keep doing your thing.
Hey.
And shout out to you, man. You keep coming through with the email later.
Alright, I'm gonna hit you back.
Alright, good.
Alright, peace. Alright, boom. Live in action, right? How's that? Tim Rucker, OTR Kennels. Okay. So what I was saying about the Akbarforce documentary. The idea for this documentary came about, I think, in the middle of the summer. Me and Simona was having a conversation about the documentary I did in February, The Most Beautiful, for Batman. And I was like, you know, I'm eventually going to get y'all on camera telling the story, because she's giving me her story with Colin, the backstory, and had given me all the details, how they got started and stuff like that. And it's an intriguing story, it's an inspiring story, and I was like, man, I want to bring it on film, you know, because, you know, I like doing documentary style films, especially if it's about the breed that we all love. And you know, Simona has grown to be one of my close best friends, and there's nobody better to bring that story to light than me. So anyway, the pandemic is going on, so I'm thinking, like, how can I get over there to film this? You know, it's going to be kind of difficult, but I really want to do it. You know, I had reached out to Sean Brantley and Wayman Reeves, and I was telling them about the idea, and they was on board because, excuse me, they're a big part of the story as far as, you know, them being the first two kind of getting Rottweilers over here from, well, Sean Brantley being the first one getting Rottweilers over here from Akbarforce Kennel, and there's like a backstory behind that. Like, so everybody has like a piece that they play in this story. So I found a crew in Romania, who I started building a relationship with, who shoot like how I shoot, and I made some arrangements for them to go film, and they did a great job. Got some good aerial footage of Cluj-Napoca, make sure I'm saying that right. Jalal City, some good scenery shots of Colin and Simona with the dogs, great footage. However, when you're shooting in 4K, you know, this is a very high resolution. It's not 6K, 8K, but 4K is pretty high. It's hard to send those files, and it's a lot of files. And we've been running into issues with getting the files to me. I have some of the files, but I don't have all the files, and the audio is separated. So for the past few weeks, this is pretty much what I've been dealing with, trying to get all the files that I need, because on my end, I'm ready to go. I went and I shot everybody who I needed to shot. I went and filmed everybody who I need to film, speak correctly. I want you guys to see it as much as I want it released, because it's gonna be dope. Like, so far what I have put together with this documentary is banging. Like, if you love the documentary I did in February, The Most Beautiful with Batman, you're gonna love this documentary, because it's gonna talk about some of your favorite Akbarforce dogs that you guys love. Akbarforce Wanda, you know, Mac's mother, Akbarforce Sheba. So it's gonna be a dope film. So I just want to give you guys another update on that. I'm still working on it. I haven't forgot about it. I'm working on it. It's coming soon. Also, Rottweiler Vlogs. So I get a lot of inquiries about people wanting to be on Rottweiler Vlogs. I also reach out to people about them being on Rottweiler Vlogs. Timing is everything. You know, a lot of these videos that I film, it requires me to travel. And some people are available, some people aren't available. You know, ticket prices might be a higher price at this time for me to fly, to go someplace. You know, I have to carry equipment and stuff with me, and I'm just one person. Like, when I shoot for somebody else, you know, I got the drone thing going and all that stuff. For me, I kind of got to set it up on a tripod. I'm sitting in front of the camera, and I try to keep it simple and clean, and just trying to deliver you guys good content. this weekend, I think I'm supposed to be linking up with Deshaun, who I did the video, him picking up his Rottweiler Akbarforce Kratos. I want to say he has 4 Rottweilers coming in that he's importing, coming into Atlanta, Hartsfield Jackson, Friday or Saturday. So I'm going to film that, and I have some other kennels who's on the list, and I actually have something a little bit different. I have a gentleman who reached out to, I can't recall his name right now, but we was talking online, and he has a Doberman kennel, and he does working Dobermans. He has working line Dobermans and stuff like that. And he actually had a couple episodes on Documentary TV, and I'm going to be doing a video with him. He's out in California, so maybe him and I might do that this weekend. So just stay tuned for that, because it's a little switch up from Rottweilers. We're going to talk about Dobermans, but he has some knowledge about Rottweilers as well, so we'll get into all of that. Of course, you know, the regular Mizzo Mack stuff. So at the beginning of the video, I did mention that Mac is not here. Well, where's Batman at? Batman is breeding, y'all. So he's not here with me because he's breeding, you know, females coming from other places, and it's easier for him to be where he's at right now because it's an easier location for him to breed. But he is studying out right now, and I'm going to pick him back up, I think either Thursday or Friday, and going to be breeding him with the females here in my kennel. But he's with a friend of mine who I trust, so he's in good hands. And like I said, Batman is busy. You know, he's doing what he's supposed to do. He's handling his end of the bargain of this FTD thing. So he's doing his thing. Now, people have messaged me about FTD puppies, Batman puppies. What's the price? There's no secret on my prices, y'all. First pick, second pick, I don't charge anything different for the pick. Limited registration, the price is $2,000. For full registration, it's $2,500. Male or female, it doesn't matter. That's the price right now. A year from now, 6 months from now, it could change. But for right now, for limited registration, it's $2,000. For full registration, it's $2,500. $2,500. Okay? If you have any more questions, feel free to message me. I'm very easy to get in contact with. I try to respond back to all you guys' comments. It's not hard to find me to get in contact with me. I'm everywhere. Mike Mongo Music. The only place where my name is different is on YouTube, and it's Mike Mongo 2. So, yeah, I'm very easy to find. Now, I haven't confirmed any pregnancies with Batman. I don't want to say that I'm secretive about what I do as far as breedings in my kennel, but I kind of am. Just because I don't like to put the cart before the horse. I like to wait until I actually have the puppies on the ground, and you know, I've gone through the first week or two of whelping the litter and things of that nature. So I get a lot of messages about I get a lot of random messages, right? And some of the questions that people ask me, it kind of gives me cause to pause and think that there is a strong lack of mentorship in the Rottweiler community amongst Rottweiler enthusiasts for people who want to get involved with the breed, who might not have all the knowledge of somebody who's been breeding for, 20, 30 years, 10 years. And that's where my videos kind of come into play. Because, I have several people who I consider mentors and people who give me good quality information because they're knowledgeable, they've been doing it for a long time, and they know what they're talking about. So if I don't know something, I can call any one of these individuals and they'll give me the correct information. For me, I like to convey that to my followers, viewers, fans, people who hear on my YouTube, Facebook, wherever, because the community that I have is of people who have knowledge and people who don't have knowledge. People of all levels. YouTube is entertainment, right? But as I'm providing you guys content and entertainment, you can still learn something at the same time. I think it's important for you guys not only to watch my videos and take something from it, but find someone who can give you, information, and you can go visit a kennel. You can talk to about dogs. You can talk to somebody about structure or whatever the case may be. You can talk to somebody about a dog's bite, Rottweiler's bite. You can talk to about eye color. You can talk to about all these different things, because it's important, especially if you're trying to do this long term, right? That simple lemonade is good. Especially if you're trying to do this long term. In the beginning, my journey, I mentioned this on different videos before. I would reach out to people and I would get ignored. And it was so aggravating. Like, I didn't understand, like, why nobody who wanted to help. Nobody, even if, like, we just talked about dogs without me, having to ask a million questions or something like that, just to have some healthy conversation about dogs. Why wouldn't somebody want to do that? And for me, another reason why I'm doing these videos is because a lot of people probably don't have somebody they can pick up the phone and just have healthy conversation about dogs. I'm talking in front of the camera, but it goes out. This video is going to hit hundreds of thousands of people. I would love for it to hit millions of people. Like, share, and subscribe. But for now, we're hitting hundreds of thousands of people, which is fine. But it's dog talk. It's Rottweiler talk. It's something that we all love. And for the vast majority of us, we can talk about it all day, every day, till we blue in the face, right? Because it's something that we love. We're passionate about it. So, yeah. I wrote in my phone some of the common questions that people send and ask me, and they're not anything extravagant. It's like basic. So, how are Rottweilers with children? Okay, you guys see my videos. My boys handle my dogs. 110-pound Rottweilers. They're walking Batman. They got Harley, they got Dior or whatever. And the temperament of my dogs are excellent. Every Rottweiler that I have personally been around, even from the time when I was a child, when I talk about Prince, he was well balanced, well trained. When he was in guardian protection mode, he was definitely turned on. But when he was in the house, around, I wasn't a part of his pack per se, but hanging out with my father and his friend, that was his dog. He was very relaxed, mellow, chill, and he would let me pet him and play with him and stuff like that. And that's the type of even temperament that I talk about when I say well balanced. My dogs are like that. My dogs aren't just gonna let some stranger just walk up, on my children, especially if they sense that it's danger or something like that. And I think that's a natural instinct of a Rottweiler. So when they're a part of your pack, they're raised with kids, I think Rottweilers are great. They're a great family dog. So I hope that answers that question. And I hope, you can look at my videos. And like I said, I do tons of videos with my dogs that have been around my kids. You can just scroll through my videos, you can see. A Rottweiler is good for first-time dog owners. On this one, I'll probably have to say no. And the reason why is because if you never owned a dog, then you probably don't know about like exercise, discipline, affection, properly training a working breed, a personal protection dog, a guardian dog. These are like natural instincts that we're talking about in the Rottweiler, right? So you might not know what to do. So starting off with, maybe a smaller breed or a dog that doesn't probably need like a firm handler might be better off for the first time dog owner. Now, if you are someone who is very strong-minded, you are a leader in every sense of the word, you've been around dogs but you never really owned your own dog, and you know what to expect, you've done your research on the Rottweiler breed, then I would say yes. Because at that point, you know what you're getting yourself involved into. And when it gets hard, you're not going to quit. Don't get the puppy and then 3 days later, you know, after you had the puppy, you got buyer's remorse because the puppy's whining because, you know, you took away from his litter mates and his mother and stuff like that. You don't know how to get to shut up at nighttime and all, you know, like, that's all normal stuff that we all go through. That's with any dog, to be honest with you. That's not just for Rottweilers, but just be mindful that owning a Rottweiler as a first time dog owner, first breed, you have to be a firm handler, you have to be a leader, because that's what these dogs respect, and that's what they're going to command from you. And if not, they're going to be leading you. Okay? Alright. Do Rottweilers turn in their owners? No. I've never heard of a Rottweiler turning on their owners. I've seen Rottweilers, going back to the second question, I've seen Rottweilers lead their owners and in essence become leaders of the pack, because they're like what I was saying before, you're not the leader. And Rottweilers, they respect leadership, and you can't expect the dog to listen to you if you're not setting boundaries and limitations with the dog, and you're rewarding the dog for bad behavior. For example, if your dog is being food aggressive and you're petting the dog saying, okay, don't worry about it, you know, eat your food, and he's growling at you while you're doing that, that's in essence to let the dog know that it's okay. You can't do that. You have to check that behavior. You have to correct that behavior. That's not his food. That's your food that you're allowing him to eat. You understand what I'm saying? So these type of things with a breed like this, you have to be able to check. And, you know, this isn't a tricky question, but the wording on it, I guess, could confuse some people as far as turning their owner. I don't think it's so much as it's turning on their owner. It's them putting you back in your place once they assume the role of leader. You understand what I'm saying? If you watch a dog, or a wolf pack, for example, a wild dog pack, you know, feral dogs, there's a hierarchy like how it is in wolf packs. You know, you have the alpha male, you have the alpha female. These two usually the ones that breed. And when somebody gets out of line, whether you're trying to eat before them or you're whatever, that alpha male, that alpha female is going to check you. What do you think is going to go on in your home? It's the same thing. There has to be a hierarchy. There has to be boundaries and limitations. And as a leader, you have to set that if you expect for the dog to continue to respect you and quote unquote not turn on you, whatever. So that answers that one. Should I get a male or a female? That's simply personal preference. I don't think that there's I think it's personal preference. You know, do you want a male? Do you want a female? I've heard people say that females are more this way and males are more this way, and I haven't paid attention to too much detail to really notice that, to be honest with you. You know, for me it all comes down to a male or a female comes down to breeding, and I'm gonna tell you this is why. If I'm starting a kennel, I'm not gonna start a kennel with a male. I'm starting a kennel with a female. I'm gonna search for a female who is the most correct, because there's no perfect female to breed standard, and I'm gonna start my breeding program with a female. In that sense, start with a female. But if you want a companion, if you want a pet, it really shouldn't matter. You know, like go look at a litter and identify the dog that has the best characteristics that fit your lifestyle. You know, like which one seems like he has the most energy, which one seems like he's the most laid back. And dogs change, but that's kind of a good gauge, and that's how I would play it. Okay. Have you heard of this breeder? I get this question a lot. Okay. So, number one, I don't talk about breeders who are outside of my circle. If I don't, meaning outside of my circle, somebody who I do business with, somebody who's a mentor to me, somebody who I know their best practices, I don't speak on other breeders. So I can't offer you my opinion on what I think about somebody else or what I think about somebody's litter. That's not my business. So I really don't offer my opinion on other breeders unless they're in my circle. Okay? Now, on the flip side, you have to know what you want as you're searching for a puppy. Know what you're looking for. Do you want, a Serbian Rottweiler? Do you want, a show quality puppy that's gonna tear it up in the AKC ring? Do you want a breeder who docks tails, who doesn't dock tails, who like this? The options are endless within the standard that you can go search and find what you're looking for. Those decisions kind of have to be on you. That's where research comes into play. Do your research, know what you're looking for, and get out there and find it. Okay? And I already answered this one. What are the prices and when is your next litter? I answered that at the beginning of the video, so I really want to talk about that again. Okay, so this was a good video. I like this one. Not really gonna do too much edits on this one. And later on this week, I'm gonna come back with some more content for you guys. And Mac will be back. I miss my boy. It's strange not having him here. He's my shadow. He follows me everywhere. He hops in the truck. He rides with me everywhere. If I'm going to the grocery store, Mac comes with me. If I'm going to Shake Donald's, that's McDonald's for people who don't know. If I'm going to Shake Donald's, Mac comes with me. And I really shouldn't be eating Shake Donald's, but when them fries be out the grease, woo! Them Shake Donald's fries, put that salt on there. Hold up. Let me tell you something about Shake Donald's. Do y'all know that Shake Donald's fountain sodas taste different from everybody else's? They do. Have you had a Sprite from Shake Donald's? It don't taste like Burger King, Wendy's, Dairy Queen, none of that. And I'm telling y'all how much I eat fast food. I cook, but I do eat fast food. A Shake Donald's fountain drinks, especially the Sprite, tastes way better than everybody else's. I Googled it to see why, because I wanted to know. And apparently Coca-Cola and McDonald's has like this special thing, something with the syrup, or they get it delivered a special way, or I don't know. If I find it, the article that I read, I'll put it in the little link. But it's true. Shake Donald's Sprite tastes different from everybody else's. And when them fries be out the grease, ain't nobody better. But when them fries get cold, buckets is horrible. So, but yeah. Why did I start saying? Oh, because Matt goes, okay, yeah. He's my road dog. And he's so used to being around me. He loves being around me. He's not used to not having me there. And I guess, for the past 2 years, I've grown to expect him to always be around. But he'll be back at the end of this week, so it's all good. So, if you like me, you love everything about me, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'm going to check you in the next video. This has been Rottweiler Vlogs, episode 117. Mizzo and the absent Mac. Peace.